Hey guys, Arron here from Denny Collins Fitness as usual, and today we're talking a pretty standard topic, unfortunately, but we all do it, is this tired all the time syndrome. And it's just, we've all become so adapted to feeling tired, feeling sluggish, and just kind of dragging through the day, getting on with the day, and not really thriving, okay? So if you're somebody that feels you are a little bit tired all the time, or you just could improve your energy levels, this video might provide some value, and I hope it helps, okay? So, a few reasons why we feel tired all the time, guys, and just be honest with yourself about which category you fall into, okay? Number one has to be sleep, okay? The number one factor, guys, in my opinion, in determining energy is your sleep level, but more importantly, your sleep quality, okay? If you're somebody that kind of has an irregular schedule, you go to bed whenever, you stay up and watch that extra little bit of Netflix, you have broken sleep throughout the night, you have a scattered work schedule where you get up at 6 some days, 8 some days, or you have a lie-in other days, that's going to play a havoc with your body, guys, okay? So number one has to be sleep, okay? Your sleep quality. If you are not sleeping well, you will never feel optimal, regardless of any supplements, or no matter what you might take, how much food you might eat to try compensate for it. If your sleep is not there, the energy will not be there, okay? So prioritize sleep. Number two is caffeine intake. This is absolutely huge, especially in today because we all take caffeine on the go. So guys, giving yourself a caffeine curfew in regards when you have your last cup of coffee or Monster Energy or whatever it may be. So if you consume a lot of caffeine, guys, caffeine will last in your system for about 4 to 6 hours, and some people recommend that you don't even drink it past midday because some people think, some people can be so sensitive to caffeine that it has about a 10-hour shelf life within your system, okay? If you're somebody that consumes caffeine regularly, okay, be very careful of how that in turn is impacting your sleep. If you are one of those people that says, well, I can have a cup of coffee and just go straight to bed, okay, grand. Then why are you craving coffee so much? Because the sleep quality may not be there, okay? Number three is sugar intake, okay, and carb intake to an extent. If you're somebody that snacks on sugar or has a lot of carb based sources or carb based snacks, etc., your blood sugar levels, so your energy, is going to be peaking and valleying all day. So just an example off the top of my head, if you're somebody that just has like a few biscuits and you get that quick release of energy, your blood sugar spikes and you're like, yes, I feel great, feel good to go. That inevitably comes back down, okay? And then you're like, oh, back into this tired stage. Then you crave more sugar and you go back up, okay? Inevitably it comes back down, and this can happen for multiple times throughout the day. Constant peaking and valleying of blood sugars, okay? So if you're somebody that consumes sugar regularly or a lot of carbohydrates without enough protein and fats, that can play a havoc with your energy as well, okay? Number four is exercise. Now, exercise is the miracle drug we are all looking for. Just one little tip is if you're exercising very close to bedtime or very late in the evening, that little bit of adrenaline, the endorphins, can carry over for a good period of time. Okay, it's a brilliant thing, but doing it too close to bedtime will have a big impact on your sleep, and like that, you're just a bit too wired to go to sleep. Okay, so pulling back in the exercise time can help. Okay, the last one, guys, number five, that's a big factor, is stress. Okay, so if like that, you might not think you're in a bad way, but if your body is high in cortisol, your stress hormones, and your body is in a constant state of fight, flight, and jumping around, whether it's down to work, kids, finances, regardless, okay, there's always some source. If you are in any state of stress, constant state of fight or flight is a constant state of fatigue, okay? So just be aware that if you are experiencing stress on any level, you are going to be tired on every level, okay? So in turn, just to capitalize on all them, so sleep, caffeine, sugar, exercising too late, and stress, okay, that can be the sources of down to your tired all the time syndrome. So some quick solutions. Number one, establish a bedtime routine, okay? Turn off your screens, your phones, electronics an hour before bed. Go to bed at the same time every night. Get up at the same time every morning. This will take about 2 to 3 weeks, and you have to be willing to dedicate that time to it in order to establish the schedule. Establish a bedtime routine. Number one. Number 2, give yourself a caffeine curfew. I recommend in around 3 to 4 o'clock, cut out caffeine. Have your last cup of coffee 3 or 4 o'clock in the day. Make sure it's well out of the system. 4 to 6 hours. Go to bed at 10, 11. Give yourself a caffeine curfew. Number 3, sugars. Try balance out your blood sugars. Consume higher protein, higher greens, higher fats. They will keep your blood sugars nice and stable and give you a nice steady energy level. And if you are going to consume carbohydrates, just make sure it's the good sources, your potatoes, rice, oats and fruits, and pair them with your proteins if you can, just to keep the blood sugar nice and stable. Okay, so just be aware of sugar intake. In my opinion, pull back on the sugar or pair it with your proteins and fats. Exercise, like that, try not to exercise too close to bedtime. You can get away if you're wrapping up your workout maybe 7:30, 8 in the evening. That's usually pretty okay. If you're in a position to train a little bit earlier in order to have a little bit more of a wind down and a better night's sleep, try do that if possible. That's very individual though. And with stress, guys, number 5, with stress, it's very easy for me to say, don't be stressed, okay? I know that, and I apologize if that comes across as condescending, but try be aware of your stress levels and try to get on top of it whatever way it is to you or whatever it means to you. Whether it's a meditation or saying no to more people or establishing just some of your own time, your prioritized time for yourself away from work, family, kids, everything. Try de-stress as best you can. It's so easy for me to say that, and I know that, okay? But try just be aware of stress levels, even acknowledgement of it. Acknowledgement of the cortisol levels and that jittery feeling can help as well, okay? So guys, please just be aware of your sleep, caffeine, your sugar, your exercise and stress levels. They're usually the sources of why you're feeling tired all the time. And then just a reminder of what to do. A sleep, bedtime and routine, you have to give it at least 2 to 3 weeks. Give yourself a caffeine curfew of 3 to 4 p.m, earlier if possible. Be aware of sugar intake. Pull back on sugar as best you can and be aware of the carb spikes of energy up and down. Try exercise a little bit earlier in the evening if your schedule allows it. This isn't the be all end all. If you're in a position to get an earlier workout in, try do it. And 5, just be aware of stress levels, regardless of where it's from, whether it's internal, whether it's work, whether it's family, whatever it is to you. Try just bring acknowledgement and awareness to it, and just be aware that the high cortisol, the constant fight or flight, isn't determining your entire day, because in turn you're going to be fatigued all the time. Okay, so guys, I really hope that helps. Life is too short to feel tired all the time. Try put all these basic things in place. Without the basics in place, guys, no amount of supplements, caffeine, sugar will help. Okay, establish the basics, and without the basics, you're not really going to be able to build a house, okay, without a foundation. So, hope that helps. Let me know if you found value. Let me know what you think, and please like, subscribe, share. Hope you find some help, guys. Hope you find some value, and hope it helps. Have a great day.